The die was cast after Super Tuesday. The stage is set after the president's fiery State of the Union speech in which he lashed out at his predecessor's unfitness to serve as president of the nation and leader of the free world. VOA's Jessica Stone sums it all up in this report.
From Washington, where President Biden has just delivered a one-hour State of the Union address, his first and longest public address since Super Tuesday delivered the Republican nomination essentially to President Donald Trump. So now we know these two will be facing off in November. It is not a done deal, but is a very close done deal. He is the presumptive nominee going into November. President Biden taking it to him, not by name, here on Thursday night during his State of Union address, calling him his predecessor, talking about his position on immigration, his position on reproductive rights. He really came out with a lot of foreign policy issues, starting with Ukraine, going to reproductive rights, telling the American public that he would fight for abortion rights, that if he were given an opportunity to overturn Roe v. Wade legislatively, he would take it. That is a key issue for Democrats going into the November elections. We know that the Kaiser Family Foundation has surveyed Americans who say that 1 in 8 of them say that abortion is a top issue. More than half of them say that it is a very important issue for them in the elections. Let's listen to what he had to say during his State of the Union address.
Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024.
And President Biden also taking it to the American public on immigration, saying that the Republicans had blocked a bill, which they did a couple of weeks ago, under the direction of former President Donald Trump, which would deliver enforcement, tougher enforcement on immigration. He said to Republicans in Congress, give me a bill and I'll sign it.
And if my predecessor is watching, instead of paying politics and pressuring members of Congress to block the bill, join me in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together.
President Biden spending a lot of time there on immigration because it is a top issue, particularly for Republicans around the country. In exit polls we saw on Super Tuesday, it was the top issue for Republican voters. So a key theme for the president to tackle, saying that he can be tough on immigration. And we know that he ended his speech taking the issue of age head on. He said, I was born during World War II, but my ideas are not old, they are new. He said, you know whose ideas are old? My predecessor, a reference to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, meantime, responding in real time on Truth Social, saying, quote, that may be the angriest, least compassionate, and worst State of the Union ever made. It was an embarrassment to our country. So we have the battle lines drawn by these two candidates going into the November election. We'll hear a lot more between then and now. Jessica Stone, VOA News, Washington.